Hello and welcome to day 7 of 30 days of doodles. Today we are doing some self-care related doodles. They're not just self-care, but this is what some people assume is self-care. It'd be great for a self-care spread. So we're going to do a candle, a bath, and a wine glass. So we'll start with our candle, and just like in the previous videos, we are going to start with these very basic shapes. I know it can seem redundant, but this is how I have learned how to doodle, and it's made it so much easier for me, so I'm trying to really push it. So we're going to start with that vertical rectangle, and then we're going to add those little arches on there to make it look like it's rounded and like it's not just a flat shape. So when we go out to outline it, remember that we are not outlining the actual rectangle, we are outlining that more arched cylinder shape that we are creating. And before we create the back there, let's add in our wick and our flame, and that way the back of it doesn't cross over, that we can draw it behind it. And then the last step would be to add these drips where the wax is dripping down, somewhat similar to what we did on day 3 with the donut and the ice cream. So we're going to move on to the bath, and with this one we are also going to start with a rectangle, but it's going to be a horizontal rectangle. It just needs to be tall enough that it kind of makes sense to the proportions of a bath. It doesn't have to be perfect, and you can go a little above and beyond when we go to add in these curved lines. So on the left hand side, I'm starting from the top corner and pulling that line down and at an angle, and then on the right I made a little bit of a steeper angle. And then I'm going to take this left corner and bring it up a little bit higher to give it that curved bath look, like a fancy jacuzzi tub, something that I don't have. So now I'm going to add the lip on the outside. So they're just these sideways U shapes that we're going to make like a lip around the outside of the bathtub. And then I'm drawing in little circles where I want the claw feet to be, and those will come off of there, and they just kind of look like a little awkward boot shape for now. And then you can add in the little teeny tiny claw element if you want. You can just trace over the foot as it is as well. So now we'll go ahead and outline our bathtub and the feet. Remember that the feet are in front of the bathtub, so you don't want that bathtub line to cross over the feet of your tub. And then when we draw the lip here, I am going to do similar to what we did yesterday with the potion bottle and create this lip that is visible on both the top and the bottom, so you see that full lip. And now we'll go in and just erase our pencil lines to leave us with our bath doodle, and then we can add any of the fine details that we want. So we want to add the water spout, whatever you would call that. And then I thought it would be a good idea, since it's self-care related, to just add some bubbles. So how I do bubbles is I just start by drawing circles kind of sporadically where I want those bubbles to be in front, and then I draw the lines in between for the bubbles that would be sitting behind the bubbles you just drew, and then you just add this little tiny arc shape to give it the look that it has a little bit of a reflection, and then that completes our bath. So we will move on to the wine glass. So a wine glass kind of has that U shape, and I start doing that, and then I realize the best thing to do would probably be to draw the center line. So draw that vertical line straight down. This is the center of our wine glass. It's where our stem is going to be, and then make that wine glass the same on each side so that it's equally spaced from the center, so that we don't have an off-center stem. And then we'll add the rounded piece to the top to show that it is open there. And then for the stem, I am creating 2 parallel lines, and at the top I kind of have them come out a little bit just to make it look like it's actually moving into the glass. It's more of an organic shape. And for the base of the glass, you're just going to create this narrow oval. So now we will go over all of our lines. It's totally up to you if you want your U to be standalone from the stem, or if you just want it all to kind of flow together without that very bottom intersecting line. That's completely up to you. the last step is going to be to add the wine to the glass. So similarly to what we did yesterday with the potion bottle, how I'm going to fill mine with wine is just by tracing another outline just inside that U shape to create a little bit of space between the glass and the wine. And then I add that little bit of a curved line on top to make it look like it's dimensional and like there's an actual liquid in there and it's not just flat. So that wraps up all of our doodles for today. I will see you guys tomorrow for day 8. If you haven't yet, be sure to subscribe so that you don't miss the notification, and I will see you there. Thanks for watching.